Okay, today is Monday, January 22nd, and I'm just going to point out a few things here after the close that mainly are for individuals who might see this video who are not familiar with Bryce Gilmore and or maybe are not familiar with his trading methodology or the software that he has had built that's called the WaveTrader 3 software to facilitate his following his methodology and strategy of trading. The few things that I want to show are basically just some charts to start off with. This was prior to today's open. This is a 24-hour chart of the E-mini S&P. It's showing right here prior to today's open that the market was trading up, or had traded up to 39.25, which the software was alerting that the 61.8 retracement level was hit and offering potential resistance here. It's also very near the previous Friday's high. So this was prior to today's open, and you can see that we're trading still up at the top of this range. Now the next thing that I'm going to show you is this is the regular trading hour chart. And what you'll see is that in fact this this low right here is at 1426.75. So it was a 13-point range today, and you'll also see that upon the low today, the software is again alerting that the move into this level is what we have termed a double drive 1-to-1, meaning equal drives on this down move, then a correction here, and then another drive of equal length on this down move, which is a potential support point. And you can see that it did act as support today. Now the other thing, the next things I'm going to show are just some other things that, again, if you're just watching the software, you would be shown. This is the OEX, the S&P 100, which is important to watch for any trading that you're going to do in the futures or in the S&P 500, as the S&P 100 makes up a large percentage of the total capitalization of the S&P 500 index. You can see that at the same time that the low in the futures were coming in, the software was letting you know that in fact the OEX was hitting on the 50% retracement in the OEX. Or, I said that redundantly, but again, a potential support here. Also in the cash market, the S&P 500 cash, the SPX, you can see also that it's very near a larger 50% retracement, and also has moved down in a double drive 1-to-1 fashion. So these last three things were pointing out how you could have been alerted of a potential low as it was coming in, and earlier upon the open, a potential resistance that would provide a sell from the open. This last thing that I'm going to show you is just something that I do to follow along a little bit closer to the action. I know some people use 1-minute charts, and I used a 1-minute chart for a long time. I've been using a 2000 volume chart quite a bit as of recent. The way you display that in eSignal is in your interval field, where you usually put your 1 or 5 or 1 minute or 5 minute, you put 2000 V, and then it will make a volume chart. Each of these bars is 2000 contracts. So once 2,000 contracts have traded, then it'll move on to another bar. But you can see what this does. This is yesterday's close here, and this is today's open here. So I have the entire overnight session, which is 17 hours worth of data between these two bars, or these two lines right here, which is very efficient as far as being able to look at what happened overnight and put it in perspective. You can see that this next little span here, this is just the first 30 minutes of trading. You can see that the time is quite a bit different, but as far as how nicely it spreads out trading, and especially during the day with heavy volume and during the overnight session with light volume, it puts it all together nicely. The one thing that I just wanted to point out here is upon the open, it was definitely within a small risk tolerance to short the open with a stop above this high that was the 61.8 retracement that we saw before. However, if you weren't comfortable or able to put a short on at that point, you can also see by watching it on such a close or minute level that there was, from this high, a 1.5 point correction, move down. This is about 15 minutes into the day. It made another 1.5 point correction. This is an alternate 1-to-1 correction and a potential sell right here. And then finally, as it's making these bounces here after making what is a continuation 1-to-1 and then break lower, is the last and final sell signal, sell trigger that you could say, potential sell here, potential sell here, potential sell here. At any one or all of them are all setups that Bryce teaches in his Trading to Win methodology. But you can see then the market moved down nicely, and this is not the low of the day. This was just basically the straight line move that it made, and was good for a nice profit. So I'm going to wrap it up there, and if you want more information on any of this, please go to www.wavetradertv.com. Thanks.